The arrogant fool. The Bodhisatta was born as a landlord once, during the reign of Brahmadatta in Benares. His acquaintance was another landlord who was likewise pretty old but had a youthful wife who gave birth to a son who would become his heir. This woman, who is still quite young, will instantly marry another man and spend all my riches instead of giving it to my son. The elderly father thought to himself, wouldn't burying my treasure in a secure location be the best course of action? He went to the forest with a servant named Nanda and buried his belongings there, instructing his servant, "Good Nanda, show this treasure to my son after I die, and do not let this forest be sold." The elderly guy passed away after giving his servant the command. When the boy was an adult, his mother told him, "My son, your father buried his treasure somewhere with Nanda. Return the treasure and look after our family's property." "Is there any wealth that my father buried?" the young guy inquired to Nanda one day. "Where's the hidden treasure?" "Sir, in the woods." "All right, let's head there." When he arrived there, he asked Nanda, "All right, uncle, where is the treasure?" While carrying a shovel and a basket. When Nanda arrived at the location of the treasure and stood over it, he was so arrogant about the money's existence that he cursed his master, calling him "You, son of a female servant. How is money possible in this place?" The young man simply answered, "Then let's leave," and walked home with the servant while pretending not to hear the insult. When he returned to the location 2 or 3 days later, Nanda treated him badly once more. The young man didn't respond angrily and instead went home to reflect. He reflected, "This servant always intended to expose the location of the hidden wealth. He cursed me though as soon as we entered the jungle. I don't know why Dad did this, but if I ask the landlord, an old friend of my father's, I'll find out." He then went to the Bodhisatta and explained the situation to him, asking his friend what the true cause of his actions was. The Bodhisatta remarked, "Your father buried his treasure where Nanda is cursing you right now. So, when he starts to berate you, ask him, 'Who are you talking to?' My servant. Pull him away from where he is, grab a shovel, and start digging. Then, take some belongings from your family, and have him bring them to you." After paying respects to the Bodhisatta, the young man returned home and took Nanda to where the treasure was buried. Obediently following the advice he received, he took the money home and looked after his family's property. He still followed the Bodhisatta's advice, and after spending his life in charity and other good deeds, he died and was reborn in a realm befitting the results of his deeds.